Hello, everyone, and welcome to the United Stand. It's me, Faz, bringing you today's evening show. Hope everybody is doing well and okay and enjoying your weekend. Unfortunately, no, Onana. No songs, no dancing, no rapping like other teams that are unveiling their players. Unfortunately, Onana is not here yet. The Here We Go is not here. And also, unfortunately, it's not Mark. Guess what? Guess what? Mark has a life. He likes to enjoy himself. The man can actually have a break. So, Mark, enjoy your time. I'm here to cover, I'm here to entertain you and give you the latest news for the next hour that I can. So, please be patient, stay with me because I can't create the news out of thin air. I will only report on what's latest and what I can. And I share the same frustration as you guys. Andre Onana is not here. I know Beth is keep telling me that he's gonna come, he's gonna arrive any minute, any time, any day. But I'm sorry he's not here. I am really sorry he's not here. All I can think of is the time and moment that he comes. It'll be a celebratory moment for all of us. We'll be all enjoying and all jumping and laughing. But I don't think we'll be dancing like Arsenal. I mean, the way they're unveiling their players, fairly entertaining. I'll be honest, fairly entertaining. But anyways, moving on swiftly and quickly. Look, the, the latest report that I can only tell you on Onana is we're just waiting on the okay. Just sign on the dotted line, and that's it. But I think Inter Milan are waiting to secure their own number one position as well. They want to get somewhere in, and once they get that player, they can then maybe okay Andrea Onana. From Inter Milan's side, they're actually going about it the right way. They're waiting till they have their own next goalkeeper sorted out before they let Andre Onana go. We can't force Inter Milan, can we? We can't go and hijack and kidnap the player. We can't. But we've let go of our number one keeper, and yet we're dilly dallying here with Andre Onana. That's the situation. And as much as I'd like to talk about all the reports, I do want to touch on how poor Manchester United has just been in comparison to our rivals. I mean, look at how much money Arsenal are spending. Mark says it all the time, right? And you hear it everywhere else. FFP this, FFP that. It's more like someone said in the chat before. It's more like FFS, not FFP, because all of this FFP, all of this regulation, all of these rules, we even got fined for something that occurred a couple of years ago. We got fined a couple of $100,000. But guess what? Where's the FFP and where's the regulation and where's the rule for the 115 charges that Man City have? Where is it? Where is the charges? Where's the fines? I don't understand. Thank you very much, Zain Miasi, for gifting a membership. Oh, Zain, what can I say, mate? Congratulations on Declan Rice. As much as it's a great day for you to celebrate your player, it's somewhat of an upsetting day for us because we haven't signed anyone apart from Mason Mount. And the fact is, people will sit and tell you this window is going well, but it isn't. Ladies and gentlemen, it isn't. Whatever you need to smell tea, coffee. I don't know what you like drinking, but smell it and wake up because this window is not going well. And I feel very sorry for Eric Ten Hag. I do. I feel very, very sorry. At the end of the day, the man wants players ready before preseason, and preseason has already started, and we don't have ample amount of new players in. We don't. We haven't let anybody go. We have only brought in Mason Mount. And it's a very clever Glazeronomic way of making you think that the transfer window is going well. But it's not. The transfer window is absolutely atrocious. It's shambolic. Before we let David De Gea go, we should have had Andre Onana signed, sealed, and delivered. Before. David De Gea's, message came out. He's left back and forth. Dean Henderson could be number one. Tom Heaton is playing preseason games. This is an absolute shambles, and there's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to butter it and to put it in a nice Christmas box for you, because it isn't. I'm just going to keep it straight up and tell you. And I know you guys are disappointed, and I know that is the same news. But guess what? That's the club, and that's why we want the Glazers out. And that's why, along with the Glazers, we want that board out too. Let's not forget. Because I can't stand people who say murder madness. I actually can't. I don't know where you guys get this from. A couple of super chats I'll just quickly go through. Thank you very much for your super chats. Make sure if you have any super chats as well, get them in nice and early. Any questions, any topics, any points, any opinions you want to get across that you want me to read out, get them in, and I will try my best to read them out. Massacre Promotion says, any chance the Glazers are waiting the transfer window out as a payback for protests because they can't get investors without minority suing? And Zane says, Arsenal still have 150 left. Osimhen, celebration, celebration, celebration. I mean, look, Arsenal, I'm just going to shed some light on this. Arsenal, they aren't, a team that perform exceptionally well in Europe. They don't have any pedigree in Europe. Recently, they have now qualified to play Champions League football. They've done really well in the Premier League. They are going to be getting some good revenue from sponsors, from qualifying for the Europe, for qualifying for Champions League, and also, couple of sales, whatever it is. They'll make some money from somewhere. But don't forget, Arsenal have had losses. They actually have registered losses. I think it's 200 and odd million losses for the last few years. But because of, you can offset losses due to COVID. You can offset it according to, Premier League FFP, which is you can have 100 odd million over 3 years. There's all these little loopholes and all of these things. So Arsenal can actually still spend money, and they're spending money well. Don't forget as well, Arsenal are actually getting their wage structure in order. They don't have a massive wage structure as well, like City, like Chelsea, and also like ourselves. They don't have a huge wage structure. So they're doing running the club correctly as they can, and they're doing the business that they should be doing. 100 million for Declan Rice, some people would say it's too much money, but guess what? It strengthens them. And we're here sat thinking Mason Mount is the signing, which is a good player, and I hope he does really well, but that's not enough. That is not enough for you to go toe to toe with Arsenal next season. It is not enough for you to go toe to toe with even Chelsea. Let's be honest. Chelsea are strengthening. They're going to be entertaining Caicedo. Liverpool, they want to entertain Amrabat as well. This is just, it goes from bad to worse, really, on a daily basis. It does. And we sat here, crying about FFP, crying about this, but all could be sorted. All of this could be sorted if Manchester United was selling players. We could have actually been in a better position if we were selling players. And that brings me on to this Harry Maguire situation, that now that West Ham have let go of Harry Maguire, according to Mike McGrath, he says West Ham will now target Harry Maguire following their record sale of Declan Rice. West Ham, save us. Save us, please, because according to another report, Harry Maguire, according to Mike again, Harry Maguire is happy at Manchester United and believes he can win back his place in the team. Now, look, I love a man that believes. Belief is what keeps us alive. Belief is what elevates us and motivates us on a daily basis. You must believe in moments where you feel down and out. You must believe, and I can't fault Harry Maguire for believing in himself. That's his own, motivation. But at the end of the day, the fact, in my opinion, anyways, what I've seen on the pitch, I don't think there is a 1% chance of Harry Maguire being able to win back any position in Manchester United at all. And I've said this with the utmost respect to Harry Maguire. He clearly looks like he's fighting and working hard and trying to get, something back for the career that he has. But why not go elsewhere and play regular first team football? And you might have some success. And I wish you all the best. I wish you all the best. And this is the best way I can put it without being, overboard with things. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for you in Manchester United. Why are you not willing to go to another team and play first team football there regularly? And don't forget, his position in England is up for grabs as well. So you're sat there at your age and you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to fight. And kudos to him. Let's be honest. Kudos to him for thinking he can do it. But at 30 years old, I don't think he's going to level up anymore. I don't think he's going to, with a snap of a finger, become a totally different player. I don't see it happening. I really don't. Couple of more super chats as well that I'm just going to quickly run through. Jamie says, "Do you think the Glazers will go before August?" Thank you very much, Jamie, for your contribution. I was always in the opinion that be open for the Glazers to stay whilst the window, is open. So that's what's happening. I just look, even me myself, I couldn't stay this long. If I was, let's say, Faz Glazer, for example, I don't think I could have held out for this long. I don't know what these guys are holding out for. You know who you want, you know what you want, but it's literally doesn't make sense. And one day I wake up thinking, you know what? Actually, yeah, they're gonna take the Sheikh Jassim's offer because it's the right thing to do, and it's the most money that you can make. But then the next day I wake up and think, well, there's been no news at all, and it seems like maybe they're gonna stay. And I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Um, Another super chat here. Desert Hunter says, "We will struggle against big or small clubs." I don't know what you mean. Struggle in what terms? Getting players, or you mean games, or in what terms? Sorry, I don't know what you mean. Kanan says, "If Moyes buys Maguire or McTominay, I will forgive him for 2014. Honestly, it would be the best thing he could do for us." And yeah, that is true. Plain and simple, that is true. The best thing any team could do is buy some players: Brandon Williams, Telles, Eric Bailly, Harry Maguire, maybe Anthony Alanka going somewhere. There is money to be made from players, but we can't. One again, I have to reiterate this. This is how bad Ed Woodward has left us. We cannot forget Ed Woodward. Not until Qatar is coming, anyways. Ed Woodward's regime is still looming large above our heads because of the contracts this man put some of these players. Anthony Martial is still not ready. There's been no football. There's been no football. It's the transfer window. It's the summer holidays, and Anthony Martial is not ready. And Anthony Martial, who in the right mind is going to bid 20, 25, whatever million for Anthony Martial whilst he's not ready? Tell me, someone, educate me. Ain't no team in this world who is going to be willing to pay 20 million or more for a player that's not ready and injured. And again, nothing against Anthony Martial, really great player when he's fit. But again, what is Eric Ten Hag going to do? What is he going to do? He's going to have to spend another full season managing this guy, managing his injuries. What else do you want him to do? And it's one of those things. You take the shirt off, you put on a different shirt on a different club, and you might have a better spell. And it's okay. I don't know why we need to hold on to things, but it's okay. It's okay to let players go. Another super chat here. I'll just quickly read out. Says, who will we struggle against this season, big or small? I think, look, that's still, it's a great question, because I would put it two ways. I'll give you two answers, right? I'll give you two answers. One, my first answer is we won't struggle against anyone. And you know why I say this? I say this because we're Manchester United. I say this because I attend every single game in Old Trafford thinking I'm going to come out with a smile on my face. I never go to Old Trafford thinking I'm gonna come out upset. I go to support my team, and most importantly of them all, I back my manager and I back the team. When the whistle blows and it's time to play football, I back the whole team, no matter who's on the pitch. Let's get a win. However we can. A 1-0, a 2-1, doesn't matter. Scrappy goal. A goal is a goal, a win is a win. 3 points is 3 points, whatever it is. But this is the second answer I'm going to give you. Looking at the way this transfer window is going, I can imagine us struggling. I can, because have we struggled last season? No, and yes. Both apply. Have we done exceptionally well? Yes. But have we also struggled? Yes. Yes, we have. There's been games that we could have won if we had a number nine. There's been games that we could have done better if our centre backs, we had more better options in centre backs, and Luke Shaw didn't have to play centre back, and he could have played his preferred position as a left back. There's been numerous games we could have done better if we had more options in midfield. Squad depth. We had Brandon Williams on the bench because of lack of squad depth. Fred wasn't consistent enough last season, so we couldn't rely on him. Scott McTominay again, not really, not really the player that we need. So it's a mix. At the end of the day, even with all of this, Ten Hag made it work. That's why I will believe. I have to, right? I can't sit here and say, "Oh, we're gonna struggle against big clubs." You know what? We're gonna struggle against Man City, and then when it comes, when times comes and we go and play Man City, I'm gonna be a scared little coward. No, I'm always going to go in games, especially against rivals, with my head held high because it's a rivalry game. But we struggled against small teams as well. Brighton, Brentford. Again, they're not really small teams, but in comparison to the big six, they've hammered us. They really have. Sevilla, kings of Europa League, done us dirty. So it's a yin and yang. It's two answers. I can't give you one clear answer and say yes, we're going to struggle against big teams, because we did slap Liverpool as much as they punched us up, and then we did slap City as much as they punched us up. It's both. If the transfer window was going well, I could have said, right, okay, you know what, we'll be fine, and your question wouldn't be existent because the transfer window would have been going well. But the fact is, it's not. And this transfer window will never, ever, ever, ever be above 6 for me. It's important. And that's even me being generous. I'll be very honest. I'm being generous. 6 is being generous because Ten Hag isn't being fully backed. He wanted Rabiot, a free player. Can't get him. Where is he? Where is he? Not wearing a Manchester United shirt. Arsenal are signing players left, right, and centre. Chelsea are doing it. Liverpool are moving, with their rebuild. Whilst being in Europa, they're looking at, a proper rebuild. But I can't blame the manager or anyone other than the owners and the board. That's as plain and simple as it comes down. A couple of more super chats I'll just quickly run through. Rahul says, Faz, love your addition to the United stand. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for the kind words. Says, rumor has it, that you are dating. No. Because if yes, it's virtual high five. Beth, no. Beth is my sister. She's a colleague and she's a good friend. So no. And also, I am happily taken. So thank you for the super chat. Anyways, but Bailey says, feel sorry for Ten Hag having to perform under this Glazer regime. Manager with the potential to take us back to the top, left hung out to dry. It's the situation with all managers, really, isn't it? It's the situation with all managers. What we need is, in all honesty, the new owners, a new board, a new way of this football club being ran, and until then, this is what you're gonna expect. I don't know what really you were gonna expect this window. You know what the thing is, we do this to ourselves. I'll be very honest. Where did the thing come from? Onana Day. Who created this Onana Day? I really want to understand. Who is the creator of Onana Day or Onana Week? Because there was no Casa Week or Casa Day, Malacia Day, Martinez Day, Anthony Day, Ronaldo Day. I don't understand. There was no Money Mace Day. Who made this Onana? No. Whoever made this Onana Day, you have to pay up. You have to pay up. Now, there's people out there every single day on Twitter like this, constantly waiting for an update because of an Onana Day. And okay, Onana comes in, then what? We still have to see him in preseason. Season still has to start. But we've created this bubble of, I don't know what it is. I can't think of the word. But this bubble of excitement that we're waiting to pop and be like, oh yeah, waiting for Onana every single day, and it's tomorrow. This is what the media do, right? This is what the media do to you every single day. Couple of more super chats I'll just run through as well. Thank you very much for your super chats, everyone, today. Darren, thank you very much, Darren. Hope you're well as always. Darren says, "Great job again, Faz. We need Hoyland and Onana on tour. If America, so new players can learn with regular squad, or will we struggle at start?" Very important, very very important. That we get players in preseason. I always look. I always say this, and I always reiterate this: is preseason is so important, so important. The 45 minutes, the 60 minutes, the odd, 30 minutes here and there is so important for players. And you can do loads of things in training, right? But nothing recreates this in-game scenario and feeling for a player. And a player will always take more from a game anyway. So I'm just upset that we don't have majority of our new signings done whilst we go to America. There will be the preseason game on Wednesday in Edinburgh against Lyon. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see some of the players. Will some of these first team players that have returned today, will they be playing? I hope so. Fingers crossed. I do want to see Rashford. I do want to see Malacia. I love all the boys, and I want to see some good football against Lyon. Good team as well, reputable team. We handled business against Leeds, but preseason game against Lyon, it's got a ring to it in Edinburgh as well. I hope it's not raining though. I hope it's not raining. Sanka, I think that's Sanka. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Apologies if I got it wrong. I'll just call you San. San says Arsenal mean business. Rice, Timber, Havertz. If we get Mount, Onana, Hoyland, who has the better signing? Please shout out South Africa. Big up South Africa as well. Big up South Africa in the chat. Hope everybody in South Africa who's watching is doing well. Thank you very much. And all across the globe as well. But that's a very good question, actually. Ah, it's raining in Edinburgh. God damn it. Admin, why did you have to put this in the chat? anyways, anyways, moving on. It's raining and there's no Onana. God damn it. God damn it. At least it's okay. At least I'll get to enjoy some football, whatever it is. We'll just move on. Thank you, admin. This is a great question, by the way. This is a great question. Rice, Timber, Havertz, Mount, Onana, Hoyland. Who has had a better window or better transfers? God, San, you've put me in a predicament here. Rice is a player, Timber is one of our targets last summer. Havertz, but I don't want to downplay Onana. I don't want to downplay Rasmus Hoyland. Okay, I'll take my unbiased hat off and I'll put my logical hat on. And I think Arsenal would have had the better window. I really do. I'll tell you why. Hoyland, really looking forward to him. I really hope he turns out the player that we want him to become. Onana, new era for Manchester United. The new way of playing football. Three at the back, goalkeeper, pinging the ball. All of this stuff. Great, claiming crosses, all of the good stuff. Mason Mount, absolute workhorse. Running up and down, box to box, free kicks, corner kicks, linking up, energetic, winning the ball, progressing the ball. Great. Declan Rice's levels. Let's be honest here. Declan Rice is a fantastic player. Havertz, he's a bit more established than Hoyland. And you have Timber, who's again a great defender, really good defender. And we haven't bought a defender, right? But we've got Onana. I think we just miss out. If we had brought the likes of Gonçalo Ramos along with Hoyland, I don't know, Amrabat as well, but then does that still make it better? If you go 3 for 3, like for like, for us to beat Arsenal in the window or have a better window, we would need more players. That's the thing. We'd have to go 5 or 6 players in comparison to Arsenal's 3. And Arsenal are probably still going to be spending a bit more money. Yeah, that's just how I see it. I just have to say it as it is. I think our window's good, okay, if we got those 3 players. But Rasmus Hoyland is improving in the Premier League, or even we don't really know what heights he can achieve. It's a roll of the dice that we're doing, and we hope he can become that player. But in terms of signings, they have done, Arsenal have done proven player signings on top of that as well. Ajax, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I like the way that you guys are collaborating on Instagram with Arsenal and unveiling, this thing about Timber going to Arsenal. Oh, wow. Well done, Ajax. Firstly, Ajax, thank you very much for Eric Ten Hag. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much for Lisandro Martinez. Really appreciate you. Timbo, it didn't happen. But boy, oh boy, you held us for ransom for Anthony, didn't you? You held us for ransom for Anthony, to the point where Anthony had to go to Fabrizio to make an interview to get sold. But yet you're here doing content creation with Arsenal. Oh, mate, that one hurt me. I would have liked Ajax to do a bit of content creation with Manchester United. That would have been nice. We did pay you 100 million for Anthony, but anyways, Timber's gone. I would have liked Timber in Manchester United as well. If Harry Maguire left, would have been nice to get Timber in for squad depth. And Timber's a fantastic player as well. It's Ten Hag's one of the players Ten Hag wanted so badly. Background looking Leng, says Ed Woodward. Thank you, Ed Woodward. Please leave me alone. You've left Manchester United. I don't know what you still want with Manchester United, Ed Woodward. But please, we're still suffering from what you have done previously. But thank you very much for the super chat as well. The background is still, in the works. It's going to come alive, but even more. But thank you very much for the kind comment. Mario says, Faz, the club knows they will sign/sell players. And when the window closes, we will forget all of this. You know what? I agree with you. I do. Because I'm going to read the rest of your super chat anyways, but you are right that once this window's done and we get the players we want and the players that end up going, the ones that they need to leave, you are very right. When we're winning games, when things are going well, we'll forget about this. If Rasmus Højlund, and when Rasmus Højlund comes in and he starts doing really well, we'll look back at this window and say, what a window. Oh, mate, what a window. Get in. But right now, as it stands, I'm sorry. We don't have the players in yet. So it is frustrating. We just we would just prefer to do the business quicker. Mario continues on to say, we need to be patient. I'm going to the game Saturday. See y'all there. Let's go United. How, Mario, please tell me what you have for breakfast, because I would love to have the patience that you have. Me personally, I don't know. I'm a patient person. I pick and choose when I'm patient. I can be very impatient, but I just look at how our rivals are acting and behaving and moving, and how we are, and it's not competitive. If imagine at the end of the window, if every team got ranked for their movement in the window, Manchester United, I think we would be in the bottom half. Imagine there was a Premier League for transfer windows to rank teams and how they've performed. We would be bottom half. We would not be top half. But again, you do have a fair point, which is you have to be patient. You do. Manchester United are under the Glazers' ownership, and right now, as it stands, they're incompetent. What do you want to do? Nothing. So yeah, you have a fair point. DJ, thank you very much for staying a member for 12 months. DJ says, evening Faz, evening to you. Recovering from double hernia surgery at the moment. Well, I hope you recover well and fast. Sending you all my best wishes. Thanks everyone at United Stand for making my life a little easier. Hashtag Glazer out. Hashtag Qatar in. Well, sending you all the prayers and love as well. Hope you recover well. And what a community this is. What a community this is. There are some people, though, that are part of this community that I will say sometimes surprise me, especially the ones that say Murder Madness. I don't get it how you guys say Murder Madness, but nonetheless, everybody is a supporter of Manchester United and we want the club to succeed. So that's the end mission. But yeah, hoping you get well soon. Moving on to some other news, though, as well, is Romelu Lukaku. is not linked with Manchester United. Calm down, people. Calm down before you start going crazy in the chat. Romelu Lukaku's situation at Inter has briefly diverted attention from the Andre Onana deal. Inter still want to give it the green light by tomorrow. This is reported by Alfredo Pedula. Look, it's reported by him, but do I have to agree? No. No, I don't agree. I deny. I decline. I decline. What's Romelu Lukaku got to do with Andre Onana when the deal is already done? I don't get it. I mean, the report says, right, that it's diverted attention. Well, how can it? The deal is done. All you need to do is pick up a pen and sign on the paper and say, thank you very much for the business. Shake hands. See you later. How is Romelu Lukaku's situation diverted you guys from the Andre Onana situation? It doesn't make sense. I decline. I'm sorry. It is absolutely not. You do know you can sell a player while selling another player. It happens all the time. I don't get it. I think it's just a remix of news, in all honesty. Excuse me. Another one. Newcastle are currently in the lead for Axel Disasi following talks with the player. Manchester United, so they've spoken to the player and they seem like they're very interested to sell. As far as I can understand, they don't want to pay the asking price and they want around the regions of, is it 25 million or something like that? But I think what do you call it? Sorry, Monaco won around the regions of 35, 40 million euros, something along those lines. So, yeah, they're in talks and they're in the lead. Axel Disasi is a player that we targeted, but I'm not a big fan. I liked Todibo more, but hey, if Ten Hag wants him, Ten Hag wants him. But Manchester United are exploring a deal again. I don't know what sort of Dora the Explorer. We should call him Murta the Explorer. Murta the Explorer, because again, Manchester United are exploring a deal. However, they will need to sell players first, with Harry Maguire's future being a key factor in everything. Harry Maguire's future is a key factor in everything, isn't it? It's a key factor in everything. I don't know what sort of exploring Dora the Explorer Manchester United, because they explore, they dig, they keep digging, and then they end up not being able to come out of the hole. It's the same scenario every single window. Couple of more super chats as well. Mario says, you don't think we are being lowballed for our players and are being overpriced in new acquisitions? Obviously, we are targeted for being a big club. 100% agree, Mario. 100% agree. We're always lowballed. There is no way Fred should be going for 20 million. There is absolutely no way Fred should be going for 20 million. The man has just won a Carabao Cup. The man has just played in, been in another final. He plays regularly for, Brazil. He's played some decent amount of minutes this season for Manchester United. There is no way Fred should be going for 20 million. It just doesn't make, I don't get the valuation myself. I think Fred would be easily 35, 40 million. If you look at his last season alone, last season, how many goals has he had last season? All in all, he's had about 6 goals, 6 assists. So, look, he's played a lot of games, 56 game contribution over the whole season. How is a player like that worth 20 million euros or pounds is absolutely mind-boggling and baffling. At 30 years old as well, a Brazilian international. It doesn't make sense. 30 million is yes, I'd get at 30, but 20 is baffling. And we do get lowballed Mario all the time. Listen, Zidane Iqbal, if he was a player for somewhere else, I promise you, he doesn't go for the price that we sold him for. I absolutely promise you. James Garner, if he was a player for somewhere else, I promise you, he wouldn't go for the price that we sold him for. It's just true. It is just true. Our youngsters get poached for absolute cheap. And then we end up also doing the same thing with first team players, where players end up leaving for free. It's not a new thing, by the way. You do know Paul Pogba left for free. You do know Jesse Lingard left for free when we could have sold them and made cash. But hey, it's a trickle-down effect. It's a domino effect. It happens season in, season out. The mistakes that you make this season bite you on your backside next season. That's how FFP works. It doesn't work over one window. It works over numerous windows. Daily says, "Good evening, Fast. Good evening to you. Hope you're well. When do you think we will wrap up Onana?" Look, it's day 14. I haven't had food. I've been fasting because I'm waiting for Onana, as Beth said. I remember Beth said it'll be done tomorrow, which is, last week, then Monday, then Tuesday. I think I've lost about 20 kgs or about, however many pounds that is just by fasting. I am on a hunger strike until Onana is signed. Oh my goodness. I'm on a hunger strike. There are people online that are not sleeping. Just in case there is a late night, here we go. Fabrizio has got on like Twitter by the scruff. Absolutely. There are Manchester United fans. I think there are actually football fans in general. I think there are football fans in general that are waiting for the Onana deal to happen. That's how bad it's got. But I hope this Onana deal is done soon, because I can't keep fasting for so long. I can't be on hunger strike for so long. Thank you very much, Beth. Thank you. Moving on as well. Another one on Harry Maguire. And Harry Maguire is happy to be at Manchester United. Oh no, I've done that one actually. I've done that one. But look, no deals have been done. No late night. And you know what? Actually, let me just go back to that super chat, because someone did ask, when do I think Onana will be done? This one here. I think I'm gonna play a bit tough one here, and I'm gonna say I don't think it gets done anytime soon. Because I remember whilst being on the forum, I said Thursday, and this was, I think 2 weeks ago, maybe something like that. It didn't get Thursday's come and gone by. I remember Kev saying, I think Monday or Tuesday. Beth had said Saturday or weekend, and it didn't happen. And now I'm just going to look. I am not going to create false excitement for myself. I'm not going to sit here saying, Onana's going to be done on this day, and then it doesn't happen, and I'm sat here saying, whatever. I'm still enjoying my life. So Manchester United fans, go and enjoy your life. Go to the cinema. Go play some football. I don't know. Go do entertaining things. Because when Onana happens, I'm sure you've got your notifications turned on. And here on United Stand, we will be ready to go live instantly to bring you the latest news as well. But until then, I actually don't know. I would say Friday next week. I'm just going to say Friday next week. Sean says he loves me. Well, Sean, I love you too. I love you too. And I love you more than you actually know. Yeah, I do. That was a nice moment, wasn't it? Nice moment. But don't clip this, by the way. Don't clip this. Anyways, yeah, I think it'll be Friday, because if it happens earlier than Friday, then I'll be like, you know what? I have that, mate. I have that. Admin says, let the man eat. Honestly, this is I used to be a size L. This is a size S. I'm losing weight drastically because I'm not eating, and I want to eat, and I want to eat some good food. Hopefully Onana comes in. But look, I want to touch on this quickly on today's stream, as there's not much really news. Our starting lineup next season, I mean, something was just playing in my head. And I was watching, the previous stream on United Stand that Mark did. How are we going to fit in if we manage to get Amrabat in? How are we going to fit in Bruno, Mason Mount, Amrabat, Casemiro, Eriksen? This is the 5 midfielders. We can't play all of them. I actually think Erik ten Hag is going to play a totally different formation than what we expect. I think you're going to start. This will be the start of seeing 3 in the back. Look, in preseason against Leeds, one of the things that really surprised me was how high up Bissaka was. And you had Alvaro Fernandez, Martinez, and Varane, controlling that back 3. And Bissaka was almost like a winger or joining the front line to attack. I think that's what we're going to be seeing more of that. You might see Casemiro as a single pivot. You might see similar to what John Stones is doing. You might see, Martinez or Varane do the same. But it's going to be interesting to see if Amrabat does happen. And look, Casemiro played a lot of games bar the suspensions. I think it'd be good to have, chopping and changing, bringing in players, bringing out players, keeping Ericsson in and using Ericsson for his passing ability, but then using Casemiro for his breakup play, and then bringing in Amrabat for his, ability to win the ball back and walk with the ball a bit further up and start attacks. You have Mason Mount, who can also play as in the wing. It's going to be very interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing the whole transformation, because with Onana comes a big step as it is, just being able to play higher, claiming the crosses, defensive, phases turn into attack with a snap of a finger, with, him claiming the crosses, or, sweeping the ball and pinging the ball to a player, which is all exciting. But going forward, you still have to convert to goals. And this is where Rasmus Højlund would be very interesting, because I know people want Kolo. There are people out there who are interested in Kolo Muani and think, Manchester United should be looking at Kolo Muani. But here's what I think with Rasmus Højlund, and what really excites me with the out and out number 9 is how a striker can create space for the wingers. It's so, look, Rashford has done fantastically last season, right? And we want him to do even better this season. I want him to get a 35, 40 GA, 50 GA if possible, right? Which is absurd numbers, anyways. If he gets the same numbers as last season, it'll be astonishing, right? It'll be fantastic. But it's important to get Anthony to score some goals. It's important to get Anthony to get some assists. Don't forget, we do want more from Anthony. I think Anthony has done well last season, but there is, much, much more to go. Obviously, not holding the valuation against him because it's not his fault, but just what I know of Anthony and what we know he can do, he's definitely got more goals in him. Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount, I think both of them need to be getting involved with in terms of goals and assists. And that's where the striker is so pivotal. That's where the striker is so pivotal, that he'll be able to drag defenders out. He'll be able to, pick up the stray ball right in the front, when players are crossing the ball in. He'll be able to create space for Rashford, create space for Anthony. We know Anthony loves a shot on his left foot. He loves cutting in. Any given chance and moment, he's going to cut in, and he's going to want to shoot, and he's going to want to slip the ball through. Rashford, the same. From the left, he loves to cut in. Inverted wingers. This is what Ten Hag wants. And then you bring Bruno just on the edge of the box. You bring Mason Mount just on the edge of the box. Mason, who's got a good long-range shot as well. Goals galore. Goals galore. Casemiro as well, going further forward. He's got a great long range shot as well. And also, that bicycle overhead kick that he did as well. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. But I want to see more fluidity in the front line. I don't know what you guys see. I think Ericsson is going to hold bench quite a lot next season, because if we get Amrabat in, this is one of the things we saw last season, right? Christian Eriksen, great player, but he doesn't have that ability to keep up the intensity for 90 minutes. He played a lot of games last season. Honestly, a lot of games, and the man deserves a break sometimes. Everybody does. Same with Bruno Fernandes, deserves a break sometimes. You get run down, especially at this stage of their career. Bruno said it himself in a quote, in an interview. He said, "I won't be getting these minutes all of my life. I'm gonna make the most of these minutes that I can." I think he said it to a Portuguese outlet, if I'm not mistaken, whilst on international duty. He said this, which is fair and right, and he wants to play all the minutes, but it's important to keep extreme levels of intensity and also manage players and make sure they don't get fatigued and run down and get injured. Ericsson, when he was injured, I remember when Ericsson got injured because of Andy Carroll, we were absolutely distraught, thinking who's going to play that position. We miss Ericsson, and this is where the squad depth comes in. This is what's important when it comes to having players who have the ability that they can be a like-for-like swap. If Ericsson goes out, you can bring in Amrabat or Bruno or whoever, and it'll be okay. The drop in level is not drastic. This was the issue last season, is that drop in level when you make substitutions was too drastic. And, big shout out to Luke Shaw. Absolute big shout out to Lindelof, because can you imagine if Luke Shaw and Lindelof didn't hold it down for us for the time period that they did, oh my goodness, would we be in trouble? And the fact that I sit here today and tell you that last season was great, those two players have a lot of credit that they deserve, that we must give to them, because Luke Shaw, mate, absolute fantastic, and same with Lindelof, and they're all back in training. The pictures are out and everything, and I'm excited to see them. I hope to see them in Edinburgh. Make sure as well, if you haven't already, once the video goes up, make sure you like the video, you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go and follow United Stand MUFC on Twitter as well. Terence says, stop talking about the same news every week. Well, Terence, I'm sorry. I can't bring news out of my backside, can I? That's why I decided to talk to you a bit about our starting 11 and other things. So, Terence, put a smile on your face. It's the weekend. You know, Mark is out there enjoying himself. I am going to finish the stream and enjoy myself, even though I am fasting because I'm waiting on Onana. I'm on hunger strike. But yeah, put a smile on your face. You support Manchester United. You've got Eric Ten Hag. You've got some good things to look forward to. Players have come back. Rashford is back. Malacia's back. You've got a bit of bromance going on as well between Marcus Rashford and Malacia, which I love, actually, which I do love. Big up to the mods as well, and big up to all the members and all the chat. Let me see if I've missed any super chats. I don't think I have. There's one more from Darren. Darren says, which youngsters impressed you Wednesday? I thought Hannibal and Emran played very well. I'll be very honest, Darren. I was surprised. I was surprised by Emran because at times when I've watched the youth games, he's been a bit, underwhelming at times, or sometimes he's been great. Sometimes I've been like, okay, this is not, the level that he needs to be. But then again, boom, he comes in preseason, he does an absolute craziness. And I was like, yeah, great. Moses says, bro, how far is Onana's bid? Look at this. If you look at this, so yesterday it was this much. Today is this much. Tomorrow is going to be this much, and then the day after is going to be this much. I'm getting dizzy, but you get the point. But yeah, in terms of youngsters, I was so happy with Kobe Mayo. Sorry, I can't do a poll. I don't know if admin can do a poll quickly for me. Kobe Maino, should he go on loan next season? Yes or no? And before you vote, by the way, think about it this way. It's very important for a player to develop and have first team minutes. Very important. Kobe Mayo could stay in Manchester United and get the odd minutes if he's lucky. But shall we send him on loan to another Premier League club or another championship club to go and develop? It's a big ask. If we keep Kobe Maino, he might not get the minutes, but then Ten Hag might develop him, right? And BVHV says Maino will not go on loan. Ten Hag will treat him like a nacho. Yes or no? Do you guys think Kobe Maino would do well from a loan, or do you think he should stay? Because I don't know. If no loans never work out, says Register. Well, you are wrong. I will tell you straight, Register, you are incorrect. Because how well was Amad Diallo's loan? Look at the accolades he achieved. He was getting goal of the month, player of the month, all of this stuff. Alvaro Fernandez, young player of the season for Preston. Loans can work. You have to get it right. And they have to go into a right environment, into a club that is doing well. James Garner gained promotion, remember, with his club when he went on loan. Loans work if they're done correctly. So please get this out of your head. It's a mixed one. A lot of people saying loan, a lot of people saying don't loan. I'm sorry I can't do a poll. I apologize. James says, Faz, the man, love her, stay strong. Thank you very much. I am staying strong, even though I am on hunger strike. Thanks for the great show. No, thank you guys very much for staying with me. It was a fantastic show. I know, I appreciate that you guys are frustrated. I share the same frustration as you. But, not all is lost. Not all is doom and gloom. Onana can happen any minute. And if it does, firstly, I'm not going to go on Twitter. I'm going to go and eat because I'm starving. And two, we'll be celebrating for the new new way of football that we'll be playing. But there's loads of youngsters that are coming up in Manchester United that I'm looking forward to, and I hope to see them on Wednesday. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you all very much for the show today. It was very, very good, very entertaining. I really enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace, love, and guidance, and Onana will be done Friday, I think. Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.